Well, who doesn't love a yummy chocolate cake? Well, how about a cake that everybody in your whole family can enjoy? One that can serve folks who have gluten issues.
Yes.
It's the Flourless chocolate cake, and we're here with Amber Fitzgerald. She is the executive pastry chef at Perry Lane, and I cannot wait to make this. I love the Flourless chocolate cake because it's kind of fudgier, it's richer.
Yes.
Oh, it's just, I love it.
It's really nice and decadent.
Decadent is a good word.
Yes, and it works really lovely for if you do have a gluten intolerance issue, or if you just want something that's easy to whip up and it's a rich chocolate cake. You don't have to do all these extra nuances. It comes together really quickly, so I'm excited to share it.
Okay, so how do we start? How much chocolate do we need to melt? Because you got to melt that with the butter, right?
Yes. So do about like 2/3 of a cup of chocolate to half a cup of butter. You can do like 30-second intervals in a microwave to slowly start to melt your chocolate, or I like to do a double boiler, which is putting your bowl of chocolate and butter over just a pot of simmering water.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you don't want that direct heat because you don't want to potentially burn your chocolate.
So you use just regular chocolate or baking chocolate? What kind of chocolate do you prefer?
I prefer baking chocolate, but it's really anyone's just personal preference. Just a nice dark chocolate, I think, just works really best for this recipe as opposed to, let's say, like a milk chocolate or a white chocolate, just because it doesn't have like those extra fats or sugars, and you really get that decadent chocolate flavor.
All right.
Cool. So it is all melted. All of our chocolate's melted. All of our butter's melted. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Just really lovely. So let me just turn this off. Next up, I just add my sugar. It's about a cup's worth of brown sugar that we add. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use white sugar.
It's hot.
It is a little warm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, let me just pull out a handy little whisk, actually.
This is why I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I need people like you who know what they're doing. Okay.
We all have a part to play, right? Cool. So I'm just breaking down any of like these lumps that are in here. Brown sugar tends to be a bit lumpier sometimes than white sugar, so just breaking that down. And then we'll add our eggs kind of one at a time, just slowly, because that heat that you felt from the chocolate, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to then cook your eggs, so just kind of merging the temperatures between the chocolate and the butter, this mixture, and our eggs.
3 eggs or 4? I couldn't
There
tell.
are 3 eggs, apologies, and actually 1 egg yolk. So adds even more richness to this lovely cake. All right, get the last of that in there. Cool. Now this is kind of probably your most important step of really incorporating your eggs together, because you want it to be very almost ganache-like. So it's gonna look really smooth and almost like a chocolate frosting at this point.
Okay.
Ooh. All right.
So after that, you just pour it. Is this parchment paper?
This is parchment paper. Next, actually, so we have some cocoa powder, about 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, and then I like to add a little bit of ground espresso.
Oh, nice.
Because I think espresso, coffee, chocolate works so well together. Coffee really like just
It brings the richness out, doesn't it?
Yes. And I always like to sift my cocoa powder, especially. Just, you don't want any like little lumps or anything. I'm gonna add it in. And then one final ingredient, whipped cream. So again, this just adds a really, makes the cake nice and light, but it adds to the richness.
Okay.
All that fat from the cream just really elevates this cake.
Now, you're originally from the West Coast.
I'm originally from, from Oakland, California.
And you came to Savannah for this job. And
Yes,
you've been here,
ma'am.
what, Perry Lane for almost 2 years, year and a half?
Yes, a year and a half. So we're just gonna add a little bit of our cream, just because, like I said, we're merging those temperatures, kind of, it's called yours like sacrifice of the cream, so it doesn't all just completely melt as it goes in there.
Okay.
Last of it. And just nice big folds. Let's get some of that off. And then finishing with our spatula, just to bring it all together. So yeah, I came to Savannah for this job in particular, and when I had my interview here, I just really fell in love with this space and all the things, all the people that are here, and all the possibilities, and how, I mean, amazing everyone is, and how amazing just working here has been. So it's been a really wonderful, wonderful time.
Well, when it comes to your background, you know, what were you hoping to bring to the Perry Lane?
So my level of experience is kind of interesting. So I was born in the Bay Area in Oakland, but my family moved to Jacksonville, Florida when I was like in 8th grade, and then I went to college in Boston, and then after Boston I went to New York. After New York I went back to San Francisco actually. So I've kind of been in all the corners of this country, and I think between that and being fortunate enough to travel around as a kid and throughout my life, been able to incorporate all of those flavors from everywhere that I've been, all the techniques that I've learned from so many wonderful people.
So we all get to benefit from those years of experience and all your traveling.
I try to at least pay homage to, right? Like everything that I've ever done, everything that I bring to the table here is via someone else who's really just inspired me.
Okay.